I'd like to call the meeting of the Community Services Committee to order, please. Councilor Teehee, would you mind giving the invocation for us?
Ogi doda galele de he. Ski an echtana. Ski steli ski. Today, Lord, prepare our hearts and prepare our minds to work together for the good of Cherokee Nation and its people. Help us to think about the next 7 generations as we move forward to work for the good of Cherokee Nation and its people. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Teehee. Okay. All right, Shelley, would you like to do the roll call?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Kendra McGady,
Here.
Melvina Shot Pouch, Sasha Black Fox Qualls, Danny Callison, Julia Coates, Joe Deere, Kevin Easley, Ashley Grant, Uriah Grass, Lisa Hall, Clifton Hughes, Johnny Kidwell, Daryl Legg, Dora Petskowski, Cody Poindexter,
Ani.
Joshua Sam, Kendessa Teehee. We have a quorum.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. So we're going to start out with our reports from the Human Services Committee, and we have Miss Jennifer Kirby here today, and for Brittany, is that correct? Oh, whoops, I'm sorry, I skipped right over one. Thank goodness for Clifton Hughes, huh? Has anyone had the chance to look over the minutes from the last meeting? If so, I would entertain a motion. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Okay, the motion carries. Jennifer Kirby, how are you? I was just so excited to hear from you.
Hey, well, just wait. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm totally joking. I'm here filling in for Brittany today. You have a report. I'd be happy to take any questions that you might have.
Does anyone have any questions for Jennifer today? Okay. Counselor Hughes?
Is there any news about, are they building a food distribution somewhere around Little Kansas?
No, we have no current new projects coming up. Our last food distribution was in Veneta that we opened, and that we have no other slated. We're doing renovations on some of the existing sites, but no new centers.
There was a rumor going around that there was up there
Oh.
somewhere. So,
No, I'm not aware of that.
thank you.
Counselor Hall?
I don't have a question, but can I visit with you after
Sure.
the meeting, please? Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay, there being no more questions, I think that's all for
All
you
right,
today.
thank
Thank
you.
you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, the Department of Transportation and Infrastructure, Mr. Michael Lynn.
Good afternoon, council. Good afternoon, committee. I had messaged the chair lady earlier and told her I may not be here. I had got summons for jury duty, but I got off the hook for now. So for the time being, I'm supposed to hear from him later this week. So I'm glad to be here. Billy Hicks was sad that he wasn't able to. It's going to be sad that he's not able to be here to report on my behalf. So with that, I'll start with part of Billy's program. We are working on water treatment plant expansions in Jay and Steelville. Those projects are still underway and going. We are we should expect to be completing the upgrades to Cherokee Rural Water 11 water treatment plant. That should be completing very soon. And we are also working on a water tower rehabilitation project on Killer Mountain for Cherry Tree Rural Water District. On the transportation side, the pathway or sidewalk that you've heard me mention before, just up the road here on US 62, is underway. You've probably seen some equipment and dirt being moved out that way. So that project is scheduled to be wrapping up around mid-April. And again, as I've mentioned in the past, that's phase 1. There'll be obviously a phase 2 and maybe even a phase 3, depending on timing and how we can get the plans developed and move the processes along. So we've got an overlay project here north of Tahlequah on what's called Red Barn Road or Jones Road locally it's called. That project will be kicking off January 26th. And then we've got two more projects that will be putting out for advertisement on January 20th of this month. That's Bryant Road out west of Tahlequah here in Summerfield Hollow in Delaware County. It'll be advertised on January 20th. Then lastly, I want to mention, Councilor Hughes mentioned it to me just a second ago, and it prompted me to write it down, and I want to go ahead and mention it. The US 59 project is between Jay and Grove. That was a $32 million grant that we received from the U.S. Department of Transportation called INFRA, I-N-R-F-A. Don't ask me to tell you what that stands for, but it does stand for something. We applied for those dollars in 25. We were awarded in 25. However, when we were awarded, it was a FY26 obligation. So we just recently received those monies early part of January. So we're in the process now of trying to transfer those dollars over to ODOT. As part of that grant, it also required a $5 million match from Cherokee Nation. So our total investment in that project will be just a little over $37 million for that. So once those funds are transferred to ODOT, we've been in close contact with them. They're working on trying to get it on what they call their construction letting. So it'll go to contract and hopefully get underway very soon. So wanted to report on that, and thank you for bringing that to my mind. Madam Chair, that is my report, and I'd be glad to answer any questions.
You said that's going to the ODOT construction letting.
Yes.
Have you noticed that the DBE has been removed on the contract side when you bid those estimates?
I have not noticed that. I've been hearing some rumblings about it, but I have not witnessed
Yeah,
it or looked
they've
myself.
asked DBEs to send in, because it used to be automated when you bid those.
Mm-hmm.
But now you have to, if you're a DBE, you have to submit a summary, and they're all under review, and they don't know when they'll actually review them after they've been turned in.
Okay.
So the reason why I bring that up is because there's a lot of Cherokee contractors on that highway lettings in the bridge. So just FYI, don't know if there's a circle around them before we donate money and how we maybe can push that.
Okay. I'll look into it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Great. Mhm. It is.
It's part of it, so thank you, Michael.
Absolutely. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.
Okay. Next from Housing Services, Todd Enlow.
Good afternoon, Council.
Bless you.
Leave it to Michael Lynn. He's not satisfied that every road in the Cherokee Nation is under construction. Just one more has to be done. I kid. It's actually all good work. I'm excited to see Muskogee Avenue here in Tahlequah that is nearing its final stages. And so I know that there's a lot of good stuff going on out there, thanks to Michael Lynn and his team. You owe me for that. So you have our report. I also have a couple of additional items I would like to report on, some exciting news. So the thing I would like to cover in the report is on the very last page, it talks about rehabs. And if you do the math, there are 228 rehab projects either being bid out, underway, or were completed in the month of November. And so we are maintaining a book of work somewhere around between 200 and 250 homes at any time. So we continue to recycle that and move those around. So our rehab team's been very busy, has been that way for more than a year or two. And so wanted to brag on them and let you know that that work continues. We've also had a pretty big push on our low rent sites. We operate about 1,000 low rent apartments, duplexes, triplexes, and quadplexes across the reservation, including some elder units in Claremore, which is the only multi-story facility that we have. And so that team's been very busy. We have recently pushed out several contracts, trying to get those in the hands of our contractors. And we did it a little bit differently so we can get more work done more quickly. And so we're trying to turn those units as fast as we can. So we have what we call paint, patch, and repair. So If a unit just simply needs to go in and few small patches and repaint those, we have sectioned those off into several areas, and we have multiple contractors assigned to those. And so they'll go in, do quick paint patch, and we supply the paint, they supply all the consumables and the labor to get that done. Additionally, we have a fair number of apartments that we need to replace the VCT tile, or the vinyl composite tile, which are the 12-inch square tiles. We're laying down a wood grain vinyl floor plank in replace of those. And so we acquired about 50,000 square feet of flooring and the glue that goes along with that. So once again, we supply the material, including the trim, and we have multiple contractors lined up to do the installs on those. So we are juggling, in addition to the rehab projects, we're juggling about 100 units right now that we are trying to get turned over, and we have it in the hands of about 8 or 9 different contractors on top of the ones that our team is actually taking care of. So there are some additional low-rent sites that are would be considered a methamphetamine unit, where tested positive for methamphetamine. In those units, we have to gut them all the way down to the studs. All the heat and air system, the ducts, flooring, every ounce of sheetrock in the ceiling, everything goes out of that. And so we handle those separately because of the complexity of those. And then we've got like 5 or 6 of those that are underway right now, just within the last couple of months. So here's the additional things I wanted to share. Number one, end of last week, we got notice that we received another grant, so we've been quite successful in our grant writing over the last couple of years. It's with the Housing Assistance Coalition. They contacted us and said, we'd really like to partner with you. We think you guys do some pretty amazing things, but we want to serve veterans specifically. So I signed the agreement today for $238,000 that will go towards the benefit of serving veterans in their households for rehabs. They also will have some money for wraparound services, and then we also have some money for the iSave program. They thought the iSave program was a pretty great tool, and so this will be specifically for veterans residing in their houses. And so we just got notice of that, and again, I signed the award notification and contract today. We also received a Cherry Tree grant. So we're doing a lot of work in Cherry Tree right now. We've got 37 homes that have been assigned to workers and contractors. We have 4 Terrell contractors that are working in there. But we have some houses that are going to be a little bit of a challenge. So we wrote a grant through the Federal Home Loan Bank of Topeka, Kansas, and we received a $200,000 grant to assist with the Cherry Tree project over and above the money we already have. And that money from the Federal Home Loan Bank is the 3rd year. We're the only tribe in the country that's been funded each of the 3 years. So first year was Sequoia Heights, which Sequoia Heights is complete. We're working to schedule the official ribbon cutting, and the playground's intact. If you get the opportunity to drive by Sequoia Heights, you can check it out, and we're working on the groundbreaking. So Sequoia Heights is just basically due south of us right now. And that's 14 elder housing units. So we built a community center with a safer room and a maintenance shed, as well as adult and child-based play spaces for those elders to enjoy there in the community. Second year, we built 2 houses in Galchode. They're in Tahlequah at Cedar and Allen. And then this will be the 3rd year that goes towards Cherry Tree in Adair County. Other news is got a kudos from our Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary of HUD last week. We are the first and only tribe in the United States to successfully close on Section 184 skilled worker loan programs. So we closed on the first 3, 2 houses in Tahlequah, 1 house in Muskogee, We're waiting on final documentation for Jay and Ganohili, so we'll be building another house there, and then also one more house in Salisal, Redbird Smith Estates. The Edbird, yeah, that's right. I don't know what it is about our signs, but people really like to steal letters. Yeah. 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 Be on the lookout for anybody with a big G hanging around their neck or a big R. We're just going to stop everybody either with the first letter G or first letter R and ask them what's going on. So that'll be 5 total houses in the first phase. And what this is, it's a new program that HUD established. We write the policy. It goes to support skilled workers across our system. We define what a skilled worker is, and then HUD signs off and approves that, and then we secure funding to construct those homes. We have to commit to a 10-year lease for that to be provided for skilled workers. So for us, that means healthcare workers, marshal service, child care, language, teachers. There's a whole slew of people that are considered in that skilled trade program. So the first 5 will go towards our marshal service. So it's a dual benefit. One is it puts housing out in the communities for our marshals so that they can live near in amongst the community. But it also provides us some additional security in those housing additions. So hopefully we can thwart the first letters being taken from those other signs that are out there. So, yeah, that's a big one. And then, as I mentioned, Sequoia Heights earlier, we'll be making preparations to open that up formally for those elders. They're excited to get in there. We're just making a couple of last-minute little tweaks to that facility, but finally made it through the State Fire Marshal, and we are good to go. We got our certificate of occupancy, and we're ready to occupy the space and turn it over to the elders. And with that, I will hush and see if you have any questions.
I drove by Sequoia Heights Community Center, so if they tell you about someone taking pictures, because I think I kind of scared them a little bit. But it was nice. I'm excited for the elder community there. And
We are
Creepy lady.
we are missing a sign counselor.
She's got the R. Yeah, there's
I was taking pictures. Yes, that's so funny. But I'm excited for the elder community. I know how exciting they were when we announced the community building. So thank you for a good job that you're doing.
Thank you, Counselor Hall. Does anyone else have questions? Well, I just want, sorry. Counselor Hughes, please.
When we was at Tri-Council, did you mention something about we was gonna start building modular homes or have a facility to start building our own homes and taking them somewhere else?
Yeah, we are working on that now. So we actually acquired, in the last few months, we acquired several modular homes. First of those are going on at Keys. So if you want to see what they look like, they're still in progress. We've got more work we were doing to those, including decks, ramps, and everything that we're adding to those. But those modular units came in as basically white rectangles. We put metal roofs over the top of them. We've repainted them. On the exterior, we still have some skirting or some metal that will go down to the grade. We'll wrap those with porches and decks off those. Today, they are actually pouring the street there at Keys, and we're working to get the utilities in the ground and get 911 addressing. So within, I would say, about 2 weeks, those units at Keys will look a lot different, and you'll see what those will look like. So we were pretty impressed by that, and so related to the opportunity zones that Chief announced a couple of weeks ago, we are partnering with Commerce and working on a plan. I'll announce more details coming up, but we will be constructing a facility that will enable us to build and supply our own modular housing and kits. to expedite our construction and our construction methodology. So yeah, we got some big news coming. No, you're good. I've teased it, so. And it was actually mentioned related to the opportunity zones, but yeah, we're working on a plan associated with that, and it'll be a good investment, and it'll help us solve three things. One, it'll help us with the skilled trades, creating more skilled trades and workers that can go out and do the work. Two, it creates economic opportunity inside that community, and number three, it helps us solve the housing crisis. So I'm pretty excited about what that's going to bring for us in the future. Yeah. You bet.
Thank you. Melvina, did you have something?
I got this note from Mayor Farley this morning. I was notified today that there's a hole in the fence going to Harps in the new housing addition. Ganohili. And my answer is yes, Todd is aware of it.
Yeah, we gave up. We're just gonna create a path through there, and we'll give them their access.
As long as they don't take our letters.
Yeah, just leave the letters. Yeah, so there was, we knew there was a trail there that the community was using to cut across and go through the backside. And so when we wrapped that whole site with a privacy fence, it cut off that access, and they've let us know that they still want it there. So we are creating a walk-through passage, and we'll keep that public transit system open. Sorry, Michael, I'm interfering with your public transit system.
But I talked to one person, I told him, that there was privacy there, and he said, yeah, but I live in the housing addition just up the street. So he was part of the project.
Yeah, there was a lot of foot traffic that navigated through there. Still does, apparently.
Anyone? Sasha, excuse me. Counselor Black Fox Qualls. There you go.
Thank you, Chair.
Apologies.
Since revamping of the iSafe program, what kind of a response have you had?
I meant to get the actual details today before the meeting because we shared it at the elder summits as well as the veteran summits. We had a lot of questions and interest. We handed out more than 100 applications at both of the elder events. And so I apologize that I failed to do that before I got here today, but I'll make sure I get you the exact numbers. But we run somewhere between 60 and 80, and I think we're going to be well into the hundreds after this revamp. But I'll make sure I get that to you and send it out.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. It's a great question. Anyone else? Okay, then quickly, before I let you go, I just want to comment on the grants that you received. Congratulations on those. I wrote grants for years, and I know how competitive that is, so congratulations. And also, when you talk about a funder coming to you, that says a lot about your department and the work that you're doing, so I want to commend you on that because that, again, says a lot about you. So wanted to thank you publicly for the going above and beyond to help one of my citizens in District 11. We finally got that taken care of, and I'm very, very pleased. And then finally, just to ask about Southtown and if we're going to be, what's going on down there with our project, South Coffeyville.
Yeah. So actually, Counselor Black Fox Qualls, she and I met along with some of the other team on a project in her district. So those two are running neck and neck.
Okay.
We both are at the same spot, but I think I want to be respectful of Councilor's requests. So we've got crew members going out there to clean up some more of that site so we can actually see it a little bit better and clearing away some of the undergrowth in and around the facilities out there. So you're going to eke ahead of her as far as progress. And so
okay.
we'll be relocating some of the units up there right away.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, if no one has anything, then we appreciate you.
All right, thank you very
Have a
much.
good rest of your day. Thank you. Okay, and from Veterans Affairs, we have Ms. Barbara Foreman.
Good afternoon, council. Great to see you. You have our report. Does anyone have any questions? I have a couple of updates, but
You have the floor, milady.
okay. Okay. So I wanted to say thank you to the ones that had time to come down and support us when we had our Christmas event for our veterans. Well, I have to say it was a huge success, I think. We were looking for more tables, more room for our veterans, so we'll go a little bigger next year. But we had around 268 veterans and widows at the event. And of course, we always allow them to bring a plus one, so that's where our multitude of, we have to do bigger. So April 21st is when we're going to do our next Warrior flight. It's been confirmed. And then we'll do another, hopefully in September. So I'm just kind of giving you a heads up. I started contacting the veterans today. So we don't have all of their, the booking done, but you'll receive that information as soon as we get our veterans booked first. So, but that's a couple updates I wanted to give you.
Thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Oh, Speaker Kidwell?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Barbara, thank you for being here today. I just wanted to say thanks for everything you guys did. I attended that the committee meeting, the Veterans Committee meeting that you guys hosted over there at the Hard Rock last week, and extremely informative, extremely interesting, obviously, and that I'm hoping that we're going to be jumping on board to help sponsor that the Boomer Sub Oklahoma that's on its way out. There was an interesting brief about that. We've got more information if everybody wants to see it. I'm sure SJO, Secretary Crittenden has some information on that. But just pass along to him and your team. Thanks for everything, and it was great to see you guys there. Amen.
I appreciate your remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. I can't get your name right for some. Counselor Black Fox Qualls.
I got you.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me today. I apologize.
Valentine's for Veterans, that's coming
Yes.
up, correct?
Yes, we're working on the flyer with comms right now on that, and we'll get that out. But we want to announce it by the 20th. But the deadline on that will be February 6th. And people may ask, how come so early? But we deliver the veterans, the Valentines, as soon as we receive them. When we get a couple of boxes ready, we take them out because we want them to have them before Valentine's Day. So that's why we kind of put the deadline, up not very long from now.
Okay. And for anyone that's listening, as far as information on those, what are the restrictions on that?
Okay, so we need to have homemade Valentines for one, and you can't put your names or the children's names. We receive some from schools, a lot of schools. We receive from churches. We receive from groups, individuals, from all of you. Lots of people participate in it, and we have to go through each one and look at them and make sure that they're appropriate, for one thing, to give to our veterans. And if they have names on them, we have to discard them. That's just for confidentiality, and so that's just some of the rules that we have put on the Valentines. But homemade, they love the homemade Valentines, and so because they like to see how crafty people are, they're unique when they have one-of-a-kind Valentine. So.
Okay, thank you. I know I had sat down with Grandview School last year, and we made several, so we're trying to plan another event. So thank you for sharing that information.
You can get started. Y'all can
thank
get
you.
started if you want to. I've already been notified by some others too, from our CMB and CNE group, and they're ready to go too. So thank you all for that
Thank you, Chair.
participation.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments for Ms. Foreman? Okay, well, thank you very much. Appreciate your
Thank you
time.
all.
Okay. Next on the agenda, we have old business. There is none pending. Under new business, we have one item, and I would ask Counselor Hughes if he would take that for me.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. I'm not sure who's second. I think it was Dora. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. All right, and with that, the next meeting is tentatively scheduled for Monday, February the 16th at 4 p.m., and I'll entertain one more motion. Second. All in favor? Okay, we are adjourned.